Hi, this is MJPW, and we have the Fallout series. I think it's the 3000 version of the Pip-Boy from the TV series. And this one very much interests me. I was just really intrigued by the show. I'm going to be totally honest. I'm not one that's played every single of the games. I'm not one that's incredibly, knowledgeable on everything that's Fallout. Until the show, well, I mean, I'm still not, but the show definitely made me very interested in Fallout. I have been someone who's played Fallout Shelter on my phone, if that counts at all, but I really love Fallout Shelter. That's like my Fallout game. If there was one, I can't tell you how many hours I've put into Fallout Shelter. But when you open it, you get this little part in here. Vault 33 Pip-Boy. And it's almost like a carrying case to lift it up out. And you can see Pip-Boy 3000 Mark V. And Robco. Forgive me if I'm not incredibly knowledgeable. As I said, I hope people are forgiving. In partnership with Vault-Tec. Under license for issue to Vault dwellers, unsupervised use only after instruction as indicated. Alright. And you can see that's a really cool looking design of him. Property of Vault-Tec. Once again, they want us to really know that this is a Vault-Tec product. And this is like some details of what it does. You got your screen, you got your die-cast metal. So the whole thing's not metal, if that's what you're thinking. It's more of a plasticky type feel, but it is very high quality. Metallic hand-weathered finished. Maybe it's better I talk about that part when it gets to it. Monochrome green LCD screen. I'll come back to that, like I said, when we get it. Clock with alarm clock, so you can just have it set up as a clock if you wanted it to. FM radio, Wasteland radio, displays over 45 different screens. Memory foam cuff, that's the inside of the cuff, just to, keep it a little more snug on your wrist, or just a little more comfortable. Metal locking latch, so that's the part that's metal. Aluminum stand, which is what's also metal, or I guess aluminum. Lithium polymer power cell, and that's the USB-C cable. So it's just so, if you don't have one, that's how you can charge it. That's how you can plug it up to get it updated. And speaking of updated, I have already done so. So we can skip right into that in just a moment. But if you wanted to see inside of the box, sorry, it's hard to do when you're recording and stuff. It's fine. If you wanted to see inside of the box, I'm not going to go through all the instructions. I've seen that on tons and tons of other videos. That's why I made the decision to go ahead and get one. If you'd like to see those, I'm sure this information is out there. It's by the Wong Company, Fallout, Amazon Prime, Kilter Films, and Bethesda. I would very much like to have a collection of the other Pip-Boys, but I just feel like I'm not worthy. I don't feel like I'm one that's like worthy to be able to have all of them, because, I'm not super knowledgeable on everything yet, or will ever be. Here's the USB-C cable that's in here. I already have one, so I'm just gonna keep that one inside of the box. And it comes wrapped in like a, just a plastic wrap. And same for the stand as well, which I'll break that down as well in just a moment. And let me clean all this up and I'll come right back to you. Alright, we're back with our Pip-Boy on the stand, but it was already on its stand. Alright. So how it goes onto the stand, and I may show a shot of actually wearing it. It is pretty tight on my arm, you know, but I'd still like to wear it to like a convention or something like that. We'll see. How it goes in, this part can actually go into the device, but this is how you connect your USB-C cable to charge it or update it. I'm going to show a clip on screen now. This is it when I had it plugged in to the computer. There is a screen. I totally meant to start this with the QR code. When we come back to the current shot, I'm going to show you. This is the code that you scan it, and you can email it to yourself, and on your computer you can go to the link, and it connected like right away. Like it said connect your Pip-Boy, and it connected like immediately. Like it pulled up the devices and was like boom right there. So extremely simple process of keeping it updated. They also have a thing where you can like sign up for their like newsletter and stuff, and I want to say that surely signing up with that says like if there's going to be like more updates or anything like that to it, which I've seen some videos where they were implying that there's more coming for this specific model, and not where you would have to buy it again, but something like an update or something. I don't know, maybe it's something to do with like season 2 of the show, but that doesn't come out till December. I can't wait. I'm counting down the months. Even though we was, you know, just told about. Anyway, whatever. It's a really good show. I'm really trying to get people to watch it. I really liked it. I guess before we turn it on and everything, what I was talking about with the weathering. So this weathering isn't permanent. Like you can kind of look at it and you're looking like, yeah, that looks kind of like a bad paint job. Well, the good thing is you can kind of, so if you can see, you can see that I just did. You can weather it and re-weather it yourself, kind of. They wanted, you know, it to be like customizable, I suppose. See, like there's a lot at just this part right here. I think you can take something and just kind of like wipe it and weather it to where you would want it to. I personally will probably clean it and get it more to where it's just in the edges, more like how that is like right here on this back piece that's right here. More like that, I would suppose. Just more like in the, I guess that's a good example of that line right there. I think that's more of what I would want. I wouldn't want like, you know, all that all like that, because it looks like it's just, you know, another like mass-produced item type thing, replica, but this is more than that. They wanted you to customize it how you want to. And I don't know if I've totally said, so this, I just figured out that this part can go into here, and it can come out of the stand from here, and you can plug this back into there, into the Pip-Boy. I'm not going to take it off just for right now, because I want to go through the functionality and everything on the actual device. Alright, and so like I said, I did already go ahead and update it, and when you're on that screen for when you can update it, you can see me a little bit. You can see my Terrifier shirt. It was tucked in a little bit there. On that screen where you can update it, you can also personalize it a little bit. So hopefully, oh, I don't know if I mentioned this, this thing, like I was saying, it's going to be on your screen that's right here. So it's literally like the first thing that you'll see when you get into the package. But when I turn on the screen, you'll see how I've customized it. Or maybe not. So, this is a kind of break into that part. I'm actually having to factory reset it already because I couldn't get the screen to come on. If you ever wonder if you get one of those, which I heard that this is like super uncommon, you can take this foam part out. This is the part where the screen is. This is the battery compartment. And there's a little pinhole that's right here where you can put a little pin in and do a reset. So I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, so a little update. It is erasing the update. Very weird kind of process for something like this. Thankfully, this link wasn't provided, or maybe it was in that instruction booklet, but thankfully on Reddit, this person seems to have had the same kind of issue. So that is that link. I'm also going to put that in my description if anybody else happens to have this. In all the other videos, this is not something that I've seen. Like, everybody else was pretty smooth, or maybe maybe they just didn't want to show something like that, but I don't know. This is completely rebooting it. It's literally erasing that update and then it's supposed to add it back. So guess I'll see you in a few minutes. So now it's like installing another thing. It says finishing in 10 seconds. That was my disconnect. Again, a disconnect sound from my PC. Oh, okay. So now it's up. Let's see if I can actually cut it off and cut it back on. Kind of worries me. Okay. So it comes back on, but my personalization, I'm sure, is gone. Yep, success. Well, at least you get to see that screen. So I'm gonna push the update again. And like I said, I'm gonna include that link so you guys, if you ever need that, it's like the eraser type thing to put it back into the form of as it comes out the box. Yeah. Is the radio in this for? Oh, the FM radio is off. That's okay. We'll go through that in a minute. I think with that update, it just adds like other animations and things like that. But either way, I'm gonna get it updated and we'll come right back again. Alright, now it should be working. There we go. So that's the personalization screen. So now we can actually go through what the Pip-Boy does. If I was pointing out that this is the button that I'm holding, that's your power button. Hold it to power off, power on, whatever. I don't know. Whoa. I don't know if this ever changes. I swear it was like more midway before, but I could be totally wrong. I don't know if it ever does anything, actually. This is your radio tuner. You can also press it in to turn it on or off, and you can click it either ways. Hopefully you can hear that. It's very, very quiet. You can click it to like tune, or you can manually tune with that when we get to the radio. I guess I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. There's a lot of doodads that turns and clicks, like this turns and clicks. That turns and clicks. This is the volume, as far as I know. I think it's just the volume. This changes your top pieces, which it does say what it is, but we'll start off on the stat. That can change those screens, like the sub parts, or the sub folders, or whatever you want to call it, I guess. You can see our guy is not feeling too well, so we'll make him feel a little bit better. It's like not wanting to focus right. I swear I had this at like 100 all the way earlier. Maybe one of those is like the battery life or something like that. And you can progressively make him not feel very well. So then we'll go to connect. I don't totally know what that does. Maybe that's something with the computer itself, like a connection, or maybe it's just maybe it might just be a little add-on, which you'll see. Yeah, I think this is like different add-ons. Like you literally can't read any of that. That's just whatever's. That's just that. So that's all for that screen. Inventory. Exit terminal. Please reconnect. Oh, I guess that's like detaching from the USB-C or something. Go back. Whoops. So you got your rad meter. You got your flashlight. It's just a green screen. Also, if you're just out and about and you're just wearing this out in the wilderness for some reason, you can click this top button that's up here and go right to your flashlight. And let's see, apparel. So this is like the notification that's in the show that tells them if they're staying or going. Hopefully not a spoiler alert. Yeah, so it can, it's just random. Really cool. So I think that's all for inventory. Yeah. So we'll go to data. That's your clock. You can switch between two different screens. And you're probably thinking, I don't know how to read military time. Well, we will... oh, right here. Right here. Yeah. You can set it to a 12-hour. You can also set your time zone. By the way, this automatically set everything after I did the update. So it was really, really handy. You can set alarms. Let's see if it tells me the sounds. thought there was more sounds. Oh, that's your radio. I thought there was more. I thought there was more. Maybe not. You can also change the color, which I like the green, so I'm not going to change that. Let's go back to the clock so you can see it's 10:23, and that's the accurate time. You can also have the Volt Boy beside him. I hope that's what he's called. Status. So this isn't me doing anything, obviously. This is just a little handy screen just for, you know, aesthetic from the show. Same with that one. Doors closing, animation, doors open, marriage application approved, Volt door remote access, and that one. And then that's where we do all of our stuff for that one. Then we'll go to map. Again, it's just another aesthetic thing where it's tracking the head or the device. Looks like in one of the volts, maybe? That's just more tracking. It's not actually showing anything, really. It's just screens and stuff. So anyways, this is the radio. The FM radio seems to be off for some reason. The volume, I'm gonna pump it up just cause. And
hey yo, this is DJ Carl at KPSS, broadcasting from the base of the once beautiful Hollywood Hills. Like most weeks here at KPSS, this week is Fiddle Week, when all of my airtime will be spent luxuriating in my small but mighty collection of fiddle tunes. So, I'd encourage you to sit back and enjoy the folksy, gutsy sound of bygone fiddlers. And, if you don't like what you hear, just a reminder that I don't take visitors at the station. A simple postcard will suffice. That said, enjoy the fiddle.
So you can listen to that if you wanted to, and now I'm going to show you the radio. Obviously it's going to be copyrighted music because it's straight up the radio, but I'm going to kind of flip through and show you, just going through it a little bit. So you can see the station that it's on currently is just dead static. This wheel that's up here is how you can manually tune it if you wanted to go to a specific station. If you can't reach a specific station that you know, like if you said, oh yeah, 76.8, that's my favorite radio station, you're probably just not in range or something, or I don't know, something like that. But so back to here, you can see the lights on now. That's not what I just wanted to do. I'm gonna click it this way or this way. That makes it tune to one of the radio stations. This is real radio stations, by the way. Sorry, my hands are very shaky for some reason. Hope I don't get it copyrighted. Anyways, you kind of... No, Elton John. No, Elton John. No. How do I go back? No, Tiny Dancer. Shush. Elton John, you're gonna get me in trouble. But yeah, that's about it. I wish I could show you, I could have sworn, maybe it's just something that I don't have, or I don't really know. I could have sworn, whoops, that's not the right thing, that there was more of the alarms. Like, I could have sworn that there was, like alarm sounds that was, like, some actual vocals and stuff that, are... I swear I saw it in a video where it was, like, you know, it was, like, Fallout-esque type of music, that's, like, talking about, like, good morning, or waking up, or, you know, something relating to waking up, starting the day. But I don't seem to have those on here. Maybe I watched something else. Maybe it was something that somebody had completely custom. I have no clue. Don't totally know. But, I think that just about covers it. Oops, wrong thing. And, you can see my battery life here. It came pretty dead. So I've had it plugged up most of the evening. And it took forever just to get even to this point. And, yeah, so it must have like a large battery, or maybe it just takes forever to charge. I have no idea. But then again, I guess it would have a larger battery if it's meant to be just on all the time as somebody's like alarm clock, or just clock in general. I don't know. Or just walking around a convention, I guess, with them. Either way, it's a really, really incredibly awesome piece. I didn't show wearing it. Probably not going to. Yeah, I'll do a shot where I'm wearing it. Hold on. Alright, here it is. Kind of straighten it up a little bit. Here it is. It is 10:31. Big old watch. I'd like to see somebody just walking around one day just having one of these on. I think that would just be really random and funny. I mean, compared to the other ones, this is a smaller Pip-Boy compared to the huge ones that's like with the collector's editions, I believe. With the older games, this is quite a smaller one compared to the others. So just even seeing something like this would be so odd to see somebody in public like that. And like I said, that's how that little piece, it just goes back into there. It's really comfy. It's kind of tighter on my arms, but I got a fat arm. But yeah, I think it's incredibly awesome. The stand is really, really high quality. It's aluminum. It says it's aluminum, but it's really, really high quality. It's got even a pad on the bottom. You can hear this nice metal. It's even got that Robco on there. Very, very awesome product. I'm very happy to see it. I do also have some other Fallout stuff. I may or may not do a review on. Let me know what you think. If you would like to see some of this stuff get reviewed as well. I'm I'm really interested all of a sudden with Fallout, and it's purely due to the show. I just find it a really interesting universe. It's really cool. I love anything of Nuka-Cola. I love that. I love that aesthetic. But that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.